Hey there, my name is Adrian. Welcome to the YouTube channel and welcome to the series of me documenting building an AI and automation agency and also doing Nick Sarov's Maker School program. So I'm on day 19 today and I want to give you a little bit of a client update. And I've actually, just before I switch screens to the client update, I've actually signed a new contract for a new Upwork client, which is great. It is to basically enrich Salesforce data. So they've captured over the last little while first names, last names, email addresses, really simple information. And my job is to enrich it. And I'm using a platform called I'm using a platform called People Data Labs. This is the platform. So basically, you can enrich people, enrich companies and stuff. It's fairly expensive. I mean, it's 0.28 USD per lead. So if you were to do 1,000 times 0.28, it is, but sure, that is quite expensive. $3,500. I'm dividing. My bad. Yeah, I thought that was a bit odd. $280. There we go. So very good platform. I've used them. They've gone ahead and signed up on make.com. They've signed up on People Data Lab. So yeah, I prefer to work that way, where everything that I'm going to be working with, make.com, any other thing, they would sign up on their side. Yes, it's a bit slower to get on ramped. It's like an extra day, but it is much better in terms of billing. I don't have to send them a bill at the end of the month for operations and costs and stuff like that. So I prefer it that way. And if the relationship doesn't continue, it is basically something that's just, it's good, right? But anyways, let us transition to this other client. So remember that this guy basically has a whole bunch of raindrop bookmarks. We need to store it in Notion. And then we need to take this Notion stuff and dump it into Framer. I've been working on the video player. So he wants to have TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube supported, which Framer natively obviously doesn't do it, right? So how do you go about doing that? So I've actually coded a custom Framer component. And if we go down here, if you can look here, you can see my face. This is the component. Oh, that doesn't look good. But anyways, you can choose between which platform, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And then you can set a variable here, right? So video URL, platform, basically that'll be stored in Notion. Not a big deal. It's a bit finicky. I mean, it is a lot of effort to get this right. I've just got an Instagram.
The wildest piece of advice
To work. I'm not doing the embed. So you can embed Instagram, but the annoying thing about this is you can't really apply styling or anything like that. That's something that I've found really frustrating, is you can't apply styling, you can't position or change this. So it's quite fixed. So I was experimenting, how can I just get the raw video out? And I've actually found this Instagram Reels downloader, right? So if we go here, I mean, you just search Instagram on Appify, Instagram Reels, and then I think it's this one, Easy API. Yeah, Easy API. It is going to cost $14 a month, which is, I mean, it's expensive, right? But if you want the result, you have to use something like this. So yeah, I'm going to have to tell the client that if he wants Instagram support, I mean, that's the only way, right? Instagram is not going to give you, even if you do this embed, they're not going to give you the raw MP4 or whatever. They're just like, why should we do that? So I've got that going. And I've basically embedded it here. That's the older version. So yeah, I've just got an HTML5 video. So you can click that. It's not responsive on mobile yet, but just imagine it'll look like that. So yeah, got that working.
actually work.
Really happy with the outcome. I need to do TikTok next. I'm sure I'll have to look at a TikTok video scraper. So video downloader, video scraper. Probably use one of these to achieve the similar result, right? And then you just plug it in, which is great. YouTube, obviously, YouTube's always a champ, man. It always is super easy. So let's just go look here. I've got my WebStorm, which is just like a little playground. Oh shit, I can't show you that. I have to blur that out. I'm going to blur this out, but oh man, I have to edit. That's so annoying. But anyways, yeah, this is the result of the scrape. You get the whole URL here, the video. So this is on Facebook CDN. I don't know if you can see that. There's Facebook CDN. CDN stands for Content Delivery Network. It's just basically servers all around the world that are really close to you, and their sole purpose is to deliver static content like MP4s, audio files, JavaScript, all that kind of stuff. That's really what they do. They're just there's like, I'm in Cape Town, so they have stuff in Cape Town. They'll most likely have stuff in Cape Town. And Facebook doesn't use Cloudflare, I don't believe. So they've rolled out their own services, again, just hosting costs and stuff. So here's the MP4. Again, this is public information, so yeah. And then what I've done is I've just basically taken the embeds and I've experimented here with, like, you can just, the great thing about WebStorm is you can just run this and it just spins up this HTML in a browser window, so you don't have to run a server and all that stuff. That's quite annoying, right? So really happy with that. But yeah, let me do the YouTube one quick. Go back here, change this to YouTube, plug in the video, and there we go. I've instantly switched to YouTube. That just had frame was a bit laggy on that side, but
what's going on, guys? Welcome.
Really happy with that. So you can easily just switch between Graham and this guy, right? So super happy with that. Yeah, TikTok is the next one to do. So I'll store these MP4s obviously in Notion. And yeah, it's been quite a journey. I'm really happy with the outcome. Again, you kind of need to know what you're doing here. Like, I don't really know what I'm doing. But partial of this is ChatGPT code and how to prompt it and stuff. Like, I've gone through different variations of the embedding, finally settled on the video embed. And then, yeah, also trying to figure out how to make this stuff relative. So Framer will pass these size properties. So if you can zoom in here, I'll zoom in here. Framer passes in these size properties, width, height, min, max, all that stuff. You just need to know how to use that within your component. It comes from props here, and you do a spread operator. You can see there, I've got the spread operator. I can't zoom in here for some reason. Okay, too bad. Can't zoom in. That kind of sucks. There we go. This is VS Code's code editor under the hood. But we've got the rest here, and then you just pass in rest here, right? Awesome. Really like that. As well as style. So rest and style, and then you basically can tap into all of Framer's styling, effects. I think it's effects. But yeah. That's pretty much it. I've also cleaned up my calendar, but I don't want to show you that. I have to blur out the client names now, which I'm not too happy about because it's going to make me work another 10 minutes and lose 10 minutes of sleep. But that is just the reality of showing you guys stuff. But yeah, I'm really happy with today. Another day knocked off, making a lot of progress every day, bit by bit. This is the quick check-in. I've got 2 clients in the first month, so all through Upwork. Email is not really performing. I've spun up. Let me actually quickly transition to the email. So those are my mail accounts, campaigns. So yeah, PPC offer number 5. If you look here, those are offer creation. I want the email offers. PPC offer number 5 is that AI spinner. I think this copy is probably not super great. And people have actually, on this real estate offer, one guy, I think it was this one, yeah, he was actually doesn't know what I'm selling. So he asked me like, what is your offer actually, after that long text, right? So I think my copy is not too great. I mean, if I've sent out almost 300 emails and not literally one reply, I think it's just a lot of out of office stuff here. That's quite bad. So I definitely think it's but it also might be too early to tell. Also, there might be lag. I only spun up, this campaign's actually been running for a while now. So yeah, but there is a email retrospective, which I will look into quite soon. But yeah, that is everything for today. I'm really enjoying doing the client work. It is a combination of lots of different stuff, and yeah, it's just been great. So check you tomorrow. Yeah, take care.